Good morning, guys. Very good morning. Okay. Uh, Guys, last day we completed up three rules of inheritance. We just completed up three rules of inheritance here. Okay. So we just been completed up three rules of inheritance in the previous session. Fine. Next. The next thing is the next thing is going to be what we're going to talk next is okay, three rules of inheritance are covered. The fourth rule. Yeah. What did we learn in the last year? Parent class reference, even if created by using the child class instance, cannot access the child class members. Remember that? Parent class reference, even if created by using a child class instance, cannot call the child class members. Yeah, that is where we stopped up in the last class. Yeah. Using P, I cannot call the members of the class too. Guys, remember using P, we cannot call the members of the class too. Right? So tell me, using P, can I call the members of the parent class if present for class 1? If class 1 has a parent class, if class 1 has a parent class, can I call those members by using P? Yeah, we can call. Last class I was telling you this. Child class members cannot be called, but parent can be called. Are you guys clear? Child class members cannot be called, parent can be called. Now, is there any parent class for class 1 now? Right now, do we have any parent class for class 1? Yes is the answer, guys. Yes is the answer. But we did not define, no sir, where we have a parent class. By default, each and every class, by default, each and every class will be inheriting from a class. Guys, listen, by default, each and every class will be inheriting from a class. What is that? Every class has a default parent class, guys. Every class has a default parent class. What is the default parent class? The default parent class is going to be object class. The default parent class is going to be object class. What do you mean to say, sir? Every class, directly or indirectly, every class, directly or indirectly, will be inheriting from a class called as object. I repeat again, every class, directly or indirectly, will be inheriting from a class called as object. So object is a default parent class for all the classes. Yes, guys. Till now, for all the classes, object class is a parent class. What is it directly or indirectly? Say, right now, you take class one. Is class one means as a developer, are you inheriting class one from any class? No, you are not inheriting class one from any class. And guys, remember this, because you are not inheriting class one from any class, because you are not inheriting class from any class one is automatically inherited from object. Class one is implicitly inherited from object. Now come to class two. Is class two inheriting from any class? Yes, class one. So because class two is inheriting from class one, you don't require to inherit class two from object again now. Are you getting me? You don't require to inherit from object again. Okay, why? Array, when object is a parent of class one, when object is a parent of class one, then automatically it is going to be parent of class two also. So automatically it is a parent of class two also. For class two also it is a parent now. Okay, so that's what. So by default, every class directly or indirectly inherits from a class called as object. And this object class contains 4 methods in it here. This object class contains 4 methods in it. And these 4 methods are automatically inherited to all the classes. These 4 methods are automatically inherited to all the classes. What are the 4 methods? See, look here. In class 1, you defined 2 methods, test 1, test 2. In class 1, you defined 2 methods, test 1, test 2. But when I call p dot, it was showing you 6 methods, see? It was showing you 6 methods to you, equals, get hash code, get type, test 1, test 2, and the toString. 6 methods are listing for you here. And 2 you defined here, remaining 4 are coming from object class. So what are the methods of the object class? Equals, get hash code, get type, toString. Equals, get hash code, get type, toString. All these are the methods that are inherited from the object class. Okay, now all these are the methods that are inherited from the object class. So by default, object class provides you 4 methods, and these 4 methods are by default inherited to all the child classes. So by default, every class sorry guys, by default, every class inherits from the object class. It is going to be inherited from the object class. And because it is going to inherit from the object class, by default, it's going to inherit from the object class. Yeah, the 4 methods are by default going to come to all the child classes. Okay, the 4 methods are automatically coming to the child classes. Okay, so suppose if you define a class like this, class test. Suppose if you define a method like this as class test, guys listen, class test, and compile it, this class will automatically contain 5 methods in it. This class will automatically contain 5 methods in it. What are the 5 methods? The 5 methods are, sorry, 5 members in it. What are the 5 members? One constructor and 4 methods inherited from the object class. One is constructor here. Remaining 4 are the methods inherited from the object class. Are you guys clear? Okay. So that's what. In this one method, we know get type. You know that get type method now. Just a minute. Object obj is equals to new object. Guys, you write this in Pascal case or you write this in lower case, both are same. Both are same only, guys. You can write either in Pascal case or you write in lower case. Don't be confused. Yeah. Both are same. And you see obj dot. When you say obj dot, it is listing the 4 members. C equals get as code get type toString. Equals get as code get type toString. 4 methods coming in the list. Are you clear? Equals get as code get type toString. And come here, 6 methods are coming. If I go to class 2, 8 methods will come now. If I go to class 2, 8 methods will come. That's it now. In this one method, we already know what is that get type. Get a type. We already know this method. It will tell you the type of the appropriate instance now. Get type. What is the type? Obj is which type? Sorry guys. Obj is which type? Object type. Obj belongs to which type here? Object type. You can say system.object. It will print you that as system.object. It is an instance of system.object class. Are you guys clear? It's an instance of system.object class. Same way, P is an instance of which class? Tell me the namespace. Tell me the namespace in which class one is defined here. Oops project. Oops project dot class one. What happened? Oops project dot class 1. Same way. Call c dot get type. Oops project dot class 2. Okay. See, Dave, yesterday in the last class I said you the execution of any class starts by calling its parent class constructor. Na? So now tell me, if I create the instance of any class, execution will start from where? The execution of any class starts by calling which class constructor? Object class constructor. Perfect. Object class constructor. Perfect. Object class, not class 1. Object class constructor. Are you clear? Object class constructor. Execution of any class will start for you by calling the object class constructor. Okay. Read this, guys. All of you. You can read rule number 4. Read it. Is everyone clear? Okay, guys. Okay. Yeah. Next. The next thing what we require to understand is about types of inheritance, guys. Types of inheritance. What types of inheritance? The types of inheritance basically talks about the number of child classes a parent class is going to have and the number of parent classes a child class is going to have. Okay? Types of inheritance talks about the number of child classes a parent class is going to have and the number of parent classes a child class is going to have. Okay, that's what we just talk. The number of childs a parent have and the number of parents a child is going to have. That's what exactly um, okay. What are the types of inheritances? Types of inheritance talks about types of inheritance talks about uh, sorry guys. Basically, the types of inheritance is going to talks about the number of parent classes a child is going to have and the number of child classes a parent is going to have. What it talks, the number of child classes a parent is going to have and the number of parent classes a child is going to have. That's what exactly it is just going to talk about. Okay, so that's what exactly it is just going to talk about basically the number of childs a parent have and the number of parents a child has. So basically, according to object-oriented programming standards, we have 5 different types of inheritances. We have 5 different types of inheritances. What are the 5 different types of inheritances? Guys, watch it. They're called single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. So there are going to be 5 types: single inheritance, and multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. Okay. Uh, so what is single inheritance? One parent and one child. One parent and one child. Okay. Uh, yeah, one parent and one child here. So like this, we just have single inheritance. What is multi-level inheritance? Like you can see, you have a sequence like one, two, three, not only three or four, five, six, any number, more than two, yeah, more than two. This is called as multi-level inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. What is hierarchical inheritance? One parent, multiple childs. One parent and multiple childs. Okay, one parent and multiple childs. Yeah, that's what one parent and multiple childs. Okay, so that is just going to be called as hierarchical inheritance. The next thing is multiple. Uh, what is that? Like multiple parents, one child. Multiple parents, one child. Multiple parents and one child here. Okay, so that's what one parents, multiple parents and one child. So that is just going to be called as multiple. And then we have a hybrid inheritance. What is hybrid inheritance? Hybrid inheritance in the sense we are just going to be that's just going to be like it's a combination. Yeah, it's going to be a combination of multiple hierarchical, multi-level. All these particular three things are combined together, and we call it as a hybrid inheritance. Did you understand all the five? Is all of you? Read the types of inheritance and see that. Are you guys clear? All the different types of inheritances. Hybrid is a combination. Yeah. If you see class one, class two, class four, class one, class two, class four, it is multi-level. If you see class one, class two, class three, it is hierarchical. If you see class two, class three, class four, it is multiple. All the three things combined together is called multi-level. Understood, all of you? These are the various different types of inheritances what we just These are the various different types of inheritances what we just have. Okay. Now coming back to this. Coming back to this one. You need to understand this. Now, basically, C sharp and Java languages. C sharp and Java languages. Basically, C sharp and Java languages, guys, they support only single and they support only single, multi-level, and hierarchical inheritances. Listen to me. C sharp and Java languages provide support only for single, multi-level, and hierarchical inheritances. They support only these three. They support only these three. Okay. So they support only these three things. They don't support you others. Means they don't support multiple and hybrid inheritances. So actually, C sharp and Java languages will support you single, multiple, and hierarchical inheritances only. They don't support multiple and hybrid inheritances. They don't support. Why? What is the reason for that? Because multiple and hybrid inheritances suffers from ambiguity problem. They suffer from an ambiguity problem. So that's why they are not supported. So what they're supported is only single, multiple, and hierarchical inheritance. So they don't support multiple and hybrid inheritance because there is a problem called as an ambiguity problem. So what is the ambiguity problem? I'll tell you. Okay. So that's the important thing what you just require to understand. They support only single, multi-level, and hierarchical, but that doesn't support multiple and hybrid. So what is the fifth rule of inheritance? The fifth rule of inheritance is, read guys. Are you guys clear? Did you understand what is the ambiguity problem? A method with the same name existing under multiple parent classes. So now when you come to class 3, when you try to call the method test, the method of the class 1 or the method of the class 2, which one has to be executed is a confusion now. This is called ambiguity. Did you understand? Class 1, class 2, both are containing a method called this test. When you're trying to call from class 3, confusion here, whether it has to execute the test method of class 1 or the test method of class 2 is a confusion. Are you people there? Answer then. Understood or not? Okay. This is basically what we call as ambiguity. But see guys, when it doesn't support, I said, then what is this question again if there are two different names? Support is not available here. So basically C++ language supports all the 5. C++ language supports all the 5. Why C++ supports, sir? Because C++ is the first object-oriented programming language that came into picture. C++ is the first object-oriented language that came into picture. And because C++ is the first object-oriented language that came into picture, at that time, they don't know this type of problem is going to come in the future. At that particular point of time, they don't know this type of problem is going to come into picture. Are you guys clear? At that particular point of time, they don't know this type of problem is going to come into picture. So that is the reason why C++ supported all the 5. C++ supported all the 5. Unfortunately, Java and .NET languages doesn't support you this. Okay, so because later on they identified this ambiguity problem. Later on, when they identified the ambiguity problem, they stopped support for multiple and hierarchical, multiple and hybrid inheritances. So this is what exactly happened, guys. So this is about the types of inheritance. Understood the 5th one? Next. Next. The next point is listen, guys. Last class we learned now the execution of a class always starts by calling the parent class as constructor. The execution of the child class always starts by calling the parent class constructor. So here, if you remember, in this particular case, whenever I created the instance here, the control first jumps to, whenever I create the instance here, the control first jumps to class 2 constructor. Perfect. Class 2 constructor. From class 2 constructor, it jumps to class 1 constructor. Already I debugged and shown you. Already I put a breakpoint, debugging and shown you. See there, I'm placing a breakpoint again, run the code, and you can just watch. What you're creating an instance. When you create an instance,